Alright. Welcome to my alphabet tier list. Lowercase. Alright, we're starting it for real this time. Alright, we're gonna start with the bottom tier, which, as we all know, is J and L. Lowercase L looks too much like capital I, and that's stupid. And lowercase J looks too much like lowercase I. And I do get it. I should probably also be in this tier list, or should probably be in the same tier since they look like each other. But I it just comes before J in the alphabet. I don't know what to say. I has the victory by being first. I think for the worst letters in the lowercase alphabet, it's J and L. So we're gonna move on to the E tier, which I think should be the most boring letters, meaning O, U, and N. O, it's a circle. Who gives a shit? U, it's an upside down N. N, it's an upside down U. What are they both? Horseshoes. Should we? I think we should add R to this tier as well. I don't think R is very good either. This one looks kind of neat, but that's probably just the font. I don't think R is a very fun letter. It's just a line and then a squiggle. No, R is out. Okay, we have B tier. I think we all know it goes in B tier. D, P, Q, V, W. Should we add M to this one? I think we should. And H. We'll add H as well. So D, P, and Q, they're fine, but they're too much alike. They're just pointed in different directions or they're flipped in a certain way, which makes you wonder, why isn't B as a part of this? Because B is the OG. B belongs in a tier of its own because it's the original line with a circle attached to a letter. All these guys, they're just copying B. So, B deserves a tier of its own. Not of its own, but it deserves to be above D, P, and Q. V and W, it's just not much to write home about, you know? So V and W, we're gonna leave in the D tier. It's just, it's just two curved lines. W is just 4. I don't think it matters very much. And no, Toby, I did not get Mr. Fish yet. I'm gonna return to that after I make the alphabet tier list that just kind of popped in my head. And then we move on to H. H, it's like U and it's like N. It just has an extra line to it. That's really it. C tier, we have the truly C is C tier. But I think M should go with it because M, while it looks like N, is 2 bumps instead of just 1. 1 is bland and boring. 2 gives it a little flair. And with that logic, I'm actually going to move W up 1. Alright, so now we have B tier. B tier, belongs to B, of course. I'm not just doing this B, C, D because they match the tier lists. Because E, I still haven't assigned a place. But B is the OG for the D, P, and Q. B belongs in B tier. What else belongs in B tier? T. And I doesn't have a lot going for it. It's only one of two letters with a little dot as part of it. But I don't think the dot adds too much in originality. So it doesn't get A or S tier, but I think B tier is respectable for the lowercase letter I. Okay. Yes, we're tiering letters. We did not get the fish. Binglet and I were talking about it, and I decided to make a tier list for the alphabet. Only the fine folks at tiermaker.com did not make an alphabet with uppercase and lowercase letters, so we have to do two different tier lists. It's absolutely ridiculous. So the uppercase, I will do a little bit later today. I'm going to do one more set of Dracovish after this, and then we'll carry on. This is going on YouTube, by the way. All right, carrying on. We have the A tier, which, as I just covered, is truly the best tier because S tier is going to be the most obvious ones. A tier are the true winners. So what are the true best letters? We've got the maze that is E tier, or that is E. E tier is down here. We have the maze that is E, which you'd think, maybe I'll start right here because it's the only part not connected. No, you start in the middle when drawing this letter. When writing this letter, you don't really draw it, but you know what I mean. You start in the middle, you take a horizontal trip, and then, whoa, you circle around. That's crazy. F as well. A little bit better than T. Because T looks natural. F does not. Plus, F comes before T in the alphabet. It's only appropriate that it gets the higher tier. Y, also a good one. It looks like a V, but it's got a squiggle at the end that goes beneath the line. V, you're garbage. Get out of here. Because we want a Y. We want those squiggles. And I forgot to add a K to a tier. And that's because K goes in C tier. Because lowercase k's look different according to everybody. I have no idea what they're supposed to look like. That just looks like an uppercase K that got its arm cut off right here, and that's fine. Some K's have that little circle right here, and then the line. Some have the circle and then go straight up, just to show that the circle makes it lowercase. K is all over the place. I think K belongs in C tier, along with C, M, and W. And last but not least, for A tier, we have G. While O is just a boring circle, G is a circle with another circle underneath, depending on, the font. This one in particular has two circles, and then a line connecting it. Or it's a circle with a squiggle like a Y that goes underneath. As we've learned, the squiggle underneath the line shows true rebellious nature, and I think G belongs with A tier. Which, of course, brings us to the best letters. We have Z. Actually, we're going to go yeah. The true best letter is, of course, X. S. Not because it's S tier, mind you. It's just S can be added to like 70% of words and it's still a word. I think S gets true. It's truly an S tier. That's the reason it's S tier, because S is, of course, the best letter. Followed by A, the OG, the alphabet's beginner. Alphabet starts with A. You can't not have A in S tier. And then we just have the best looking letters. X and Z. You know why they're rare? Because if the English language had an X or Z in like most words, people would go nuts. There'd be literacy majors all over the place. And we can't have that. We need some other people with different jobs. So X and Z, they're rare for a reason, because they're the best. They look the best, they sound the best. It's just we need to limit our use on them. Doesn't mean they're not S tier though, because they absolutely are. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. This is, of course, the alphabet tier list, lowercase. Please watch my uppercase video for a completely new, revamped tier list of the alphabet.